Hello and welcome to this week's video. Today is going to be a creepy video, so maybe I shouldn't be so excited at the start. Maybe I should tone it down a bit. Good. Okay, so I'm going to attempt to film a creepy video, but I don't think my weird facial expressions, my weird voice, and my inability to not make shitty jokes every 2 minutes is going to help that situation. So I'll give it a go, but it's not going to work. I'm just going to say that now. Let's go. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about some of my nightmares, some of like the worst nightmares I've ever had. I feel like dreams and nightmares are one of my favourite topics of conversations for some reason. I don't know, I just like it. Do you enjoy this? I feel like this really helps with the creepy atmosphere, you know. I don't know what to do. I just like weird stuff, I think, and I feel like people are at their weirdest in their dreams. It's just like relatable. It's like, yeah, okay. You're also weird, you just hide it quite well done. Okay, so the first thing is actually a dream I had when I was probably 4 to 5, somewhere between 4 and 5. This is actually the first dream / nightmare I can ever remember having. So it's the earliest one I can remember, so that's pretty cool. Basically, how this came about was, I was in the living room with my brother and we were fighting about something, so I bit him. I bit him on the back. I've mentioned this in a video before, I don't know how I bit him on the back, I don't know how that works. Again, maybe I'm a reptilian, maybe not. I have absolutely no idea what I was just talking about, it's gone. Oh yeah, okay, so biting my brother. So my dad sent me up to my room and closed the door. Now that would have been fine, but the curtains were closed, so this room was now pitch black. So in the dream, I was in the room that I was just put in pitch black. So already it's going to be a creepy one because I can't tell if it's real or not. So I was lying in the bed and I looked down at the drawers and there was something going on over there. So I got out of bed and I walked over and stood next to the drawers, and then all of a sudden these creatures, these ghost things, started circling me. One was a teddy bear, one was a vampire, one was my dad. He wasn't a ghost, he was just himself, but he could still float and spin. And then the others were just like generic ghosts. And they were literally just circling me, floating and just shouting at me. Obviously emanating the fact that my dad had just shouted at me. Okay, so that was the first one. That was like pretty scary, I was pretty young, but when I look at it now, that wasn't scary at all. It was shit. It was just, I was being circled by toys and shit. Next dream. Nightmare, nightmare, stop saying dream, you bastard. Okay, so this one, it's kind of like, it's not scary at all, but at the time it was terrifying. If somebody says the word nightmare, this is what I picture every time. Always. It's the most significant nightmare I've ever had for some reason. Basically, in my old house, sometimes the radiators would make this noise, and it was like a that was such a bad example, I'm sorry. But it's basically this noise, and it's like, it makes it, and then it keeps making it, but it gets faster and faster. And in my head, when I was younger, I kind of associated that with the sound of a train starting and going, because it starts off slow and then it works its way up. So the setting of the nightmare was actually in a train tunnel, because of the train thing. Behind me was just like a never-ending length of tunnel, and that was all black, so I couldn't see. But in front of me, the tunnel kind of curved off to the left, and there was light coming from it, so I could see there was light, and it was shining on the walls. This is where it gets a little bit creepy, but it's still not actually creepy at all. There was basically a shadow of a person on the tunnel wall on this side, which meant that there was somebody standing in the middle of the tunnel around the corner. So, a bit odd. This person turned out to be a child that shouted, no. And I shouted, yes. Then that child shouted, no. And then I shouted, yes. And you may be able to guess what the child said next. No. But what was weird about it was in tune to the sound of the radiator again, so it started off slow and sped up, and as it sped up, the kid got more angry and then started coming for me. I could see his shadow was like moving and he was running towards me, but then I woke up, so I never actually saw the kid, and it was literally just a child, so I don't know why I was so scared. I mean, I was a child too, so I don't know. Maybe then it was scary because it was still somebody my age that could probably kill me if they tried. But now, it would just be like if it was now, I would have just been like, kick you, you bastard. I just kicked down there, I'll reenact that kick for you now. Quality stuff there. It was scary at the time, it's not scary now, but like I said, that's probably the most significant one I have. And the next one, this is genuinely scary. Like, they could make a horror film about this and it would be scary if they fixed some of the plot holes that were in my dream, like the major ones. Like, its ability to move. I'll come to that. So the setting for the dream was quite a thin, like hallway slash corridor, whatever you call it. Specifically, just a little bit wider than a wheelchair. You'll know why soon. Now the first part of the dream was a bit weird because I wasn't actually me, I was somebody from my school. And basically I was being chased by a woman. Now, not an ordinary woman, she was a very old woman, she was in a wheelchair, and she was holding a chainsaw. And if I go into a bit more detail, her eyes and her mouth were sewn shut. Everything below the elbows and the knees was amputated and then sewn up really badly. And if you still can't imagine what I'm talking about, I basically went into Photoshop and created the crazy bitch and the corridor, and here it is. Yeah, pretty terrifying, I know. Again, I was quite young when I imagined this, so I don't know what the was wrong with me. And as you can probably imagine, this bitch has stuck with me for quite a long time because I can still imagine exactly what she'd look like. So let's get back to the nightmare. Basically at the start, I was a girl from my primary school and I was being chased as her by the bitch. For some reason as well, don't know why, as I was running down the corridor, I wasn't looking down the corridor, my eyes were always on the woman, so I could basically see her holding a chainsaw, somehow, with amputated arms, swinging it side to side. Clearly, this bitch had some kind of paranormal power thing, I don't know, but she could wheel a wheelchair whilst holding a chainsaw that she somehow started without any hands. And basically, once she'd got her, I woke up as me, all of a sudden, to a phone call, and the phone call was the girl's mom. She basically called me and asked if I could go to the hospital and see her. Oh my god, okay. This is where the story gets pretty gruesome. So I arrive at the hospital and I see her mom, and then I look to the side and oh my f***ing god. When this old woman attacked you, she didn't try and kill you. No. She cut off your arms and your legs and she sewed your eyes and your mouth shut to make you look just like her. That was the whole plot of the nightmare. It was this crazy old bitch making you look like her with a chainsaw somehow. And oh my god, when I saw this girl, I was like, hell no, to the no, 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 hell to the no. And I just ran, and that was the end of the dream. I literally just ran for my life away from this girl. All I can say, I guess, is that I'm sorry for leaving you there, but hell to the no, to the no, 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 no. And let me just remind you what the old woman looked like. Okay, and that's what the girl then looked like. So can you understand why I ran away screaming? I can. Okay. Sorry if that picture traumatized you, by the way, and maybe I should have given some more warning about it showing up on the screen. Hopefully she's not in your dreams now, but if she is, maybe give her a hug. Maybe that's all she wants. Next. And the final thing was when I had sleep paralysis. That was like, by far that is the scariest nightmare I've ever had. I don't know if it's even classed as a nightmare because it's sleep paralysis, I don't know. I've already done a video on that though, so I'm not going to go over it here, but like if you want to check it out, it's up here. Sorry. Okay, yeah, so that's all the worst nightmares I've had in my life that I can remember. I really like having nightmares. If I don't have a nightmare for a really long time, I really start to miss them. All I ever do is watch horror movies, so if I can get one playing in my head every night, that would be great. I love it. So yeah, I really enjoy having nightmares. Weird, I know, but I like it. Yeah, but that's it for this week's video. If you like the video, like the video. If you like me, subscribe. And hopefully see you next time. Bye. That's supposed to be a hole of where it's, oh god, this looks a bit like a dick. Like a really disgusting dick. I'm gonna have to sort this out. God, no. This shading looks like pubes. Okay, that's just making it worse. Let's stop doing that.